Hi, it's Matt here. So I'm in a 2020 Hyundai Ioniq electric, and the date is the 10th of December 2022. So I've just upgraded the head unit software. I'm not going to talk about how to do that in this video. There's a video on the channel already explaining how you do that. But this new update, as of the 5th of December 2022, really does change the head unit. So I'm just going to go through a few of the key points, a few of the key changes, and why I think it's worth doing. You can do this yourself. You don't need to take it into a dealer. You basically download the software on a USB stick. You've got to provide the USB stick. I used a 64 gigabyte stick, but it will just this software update will fit on a 32 gigabyte stick. But you go to the Hyundai download website, just Google Hyundai navigation update and you'll find the website. But I do have another video on the channel which shows you how to do that, which I did on our Ioniq 28 kilowatt hour. It's a little bit different on the 38 because you don't use the SD card in the car. You use your own USB stick and plug it in there in the USB port. The update takes about 45 minutes to download, and then it took about an hour in the car to do the full updating. It was quite slow, but it's worth doing. So let's just run through the few of the changes. First off, the home screen now looks very different, and at first looks it doesn't look like a split screen, but it is still a split screen. So we've got a navigation here, but there's no dividing boxes. Here we've got the radio and time and everything. So it's still the same. You can swipe across and get to all the icons to go into all the other stuff. But yeah, the split screen is very different. The next thing we've got is user profiles. So you've now got driver profiles, a bit like you get in a Tesla. So you can have multiple user profiles. So all the things like your radio channels and your preferences all now behind a driver profile, and you can then change to a different user along there and have a guest user as well. Can we go back? Yeah, you just have to select the other user. Yeah, it means if you've got husband and wife or multiple drivers, you're not sharing the same setup there and the same radio channels and things. So that's a big improvement. The radio has changed a lot. And personally, I don't like this new layout. If I go to station list, all this is pretty much the same, but this screen I think is very dated. And if we change it to AM, let's just turn the volume down. You've got, I assume that's the sort of vowels in very old radios. You know, it all looks rather dated to me. But anyway, when you want to save a station along the bottom, you don't push and hold like you thought you know, like it looks like you should do. What you do is you star it, mark it a favourite, and then it just jumps it along the front. If there's a way of overwriting these, let me know in the comments. I haven't found that yet, but I only just installed it, so it's early days yet. The climate screen is quite different as well. However, I don't really know why you need that when you've got all your buttons and knobs down here to adjust the climate. But anyway, under EV, this has changed a lot. That all looks very nice, and you can obviously set up your scheduling and preconditioning and everything under there. But the graphic to show you the battery and the range, yeah, all looks very good now, and obviously copied from the Ioniq 5. One big change is Android Auto. That has really improved now. Obviously I've got it on satellite view here, but before, Android Auto wouldn't fill the whole screen. You ended up with a big unusable part of the screen here where it just put the Android Auto logo. Now we've got navigation and media on one screen, and it will switch between the two. So when you want to go to your media, you still have navigation on the screen, but in a smaller window, and we can swap back and bring navigation there. And also your shortcuts have moved to the side, which is much easier to reach rather than all on the bottom. So yeah, overall, Android Auto is a huge improvement. We don't have Apple phones, so I don't know what Apple CarPlay is like until my daughter comes, because of course kids must have Apple phones. But I'm sure that's been improved as well. And all the icons have changed as well. New graphics, new look and feel. So I guess you've probably spotted that anyway. And the inbuilt navigation doesn't look too different. I haven't used it yet, but yeah, obviously everything has a new look and feel to it. Another big change you get is under media. Now let's cancel that, and we now have sounds of nature. This is something that has come across from the Ioniq 5 as well, or you know, that new interface, the new software you have in the later cars. But you can change what sort of background sound you want. Rainy day, warm fireplace, there's a whole load of things. It's just a form of media streaming, but it's built into the head unit now. So if you're not playing your radio, music, or any of the other media sources, you've got this inbuilt media source to have background mood sounds, as it were. I doubt if many people use it. It's a little bit pointless really, but anyway, that's what you also get under this new software version. Anyway, that will do. A little overrun of what this software is like. So yeah, highly recommend taking the upgrade. It's changed an awful lot this time, so yeah, well worth doing. So if you found this video useful, please do click that thumbs up button. As always, it really does help the channel. Do subscribe, again, that helps the channel a lot. Plenty of videos on Ioniqs on the channel, so do look at those. And there's hundreds of videos now on the channel as well. So yeah, that will do for this one. I'll see you on the next one.